Nothing says DOA for a series like a showrunner admitting he's no fan of the intended genre he's spearheading. Hello, this is Mara Jade, and I'm back with another video. Now, I'm going to preface this with, I never really got into playing Last of Us. I know the overall story. I didn't think it was as great of a game as most people made it out to be, but at the same time, I can see where it got its fans. And for those looking forward to a series adapted from a beloved game, not only are they making changes to key characters and key events and so forth and reducing the violence to only the essential violence, but now we're catching wind that a showrunner, Craig Mazin, is not a fan of the intended genre. One more nail in the coffin for this series, but at any rate, let's just dive right into this article so we can get a gauge of why he says he's not a fan, and the spin we got this covered in bullshit tends to put on these articles. So without further ado, here it is. You would think the showrunner of one of the most anticipated zombie-related properties of all time, The Last of Us, would at least be a fan of the genre. Turns out that's not actually the case for Craig Mazin. Mazin, who previously worked on the HBO Max disaster epic Chernobyl, recently admitted something weird for someone who's helming a zombie apocalypse show. He's not into it. In a deep dive about the show from Hollywood Reporter, Mazin shed more light on the subject. How do I put this, Mazin told the publication, apparently hesitating before he continued. I'm not interested in the zombies. At first blush, this seems like it would be a problem. Kind of is. It kind of is. If we look at it a little closer, though, it begins to make sense. Oh, do tell, we got this covered. No zombie movie or show is ever actually about the zombies. It's about the people who are dealing with the zombies, and that's what interested Mazin about the story. Yes and no. Yes and fucking no. Yes, there is a focus on the people because it's a zombie apocalypse. There are survivors. We have the focus on survivors dealing with, as you put it, the zombies. But at the same time, the no part is, yes, you have to actually know about the zombies. You have to know about the genre you are helming. You have to get the lore right. You have to get the look right. In particular, because it's The Last of Us, you have to get the clickers and other elements down pat. Because people who love the game, who might be looking forward to this show, they're the ones who are going to be picking your show apart. And if you at all fuck up the zombies because you're not a fan and you want to focus on the people, that's on you, Craig. That's on you. Alright? Zombie lore has been around for decades. It was around long before George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. Alright? So there are fans of that genre who know the history of the lore, the changes made to the lore, and so forth, decade to decade to decade. And those fans likely include Last of Us fans. So to say that you are not a fan of the genre, you're spearheading a show that's the fucking genre. Another nail in the coffin. Another fucking nail in the coffin. Good job, HBO Max. But I'm not surprised because Neil Cuckman's also fucking involved, and he can't tell a story worth shit nowadays. He got lucky with Last of Us. He got fucking lucky with Last of Us. But we saw what he's capable of with Last of Us 2. And according to our articles, Last of Us series, going into Season 2 and maybe a bit beyond, will touch on events and so forth for Last of Us 2. And guess who we might be seeing with the golf club? I care about people, and one of the nice things about television is you get to begin and end character stories over and over again, and beginnings and endings are the best. Well, these aren't the characters that people will essentially know, because, again, articles have come out about key changes made to certain characters, the race swapping of Joel's daughter, the fact that we're going to see events that we didn't see before in the game, preceding the zombie apocalypse for the Last of Us and Last of Us 2 and so forth. Events happening later on in the series versus when they happened earlier in the game. At the same time, it's like you're not properly adapting the game to begin with. And now on top of that, you have a showrunner that says he doesn't care about the genre that he's helming, that he's spearheading. Good fucking job, HBO. The Last of Us is about a man named Joel who has to smuggle a girl named Ellie across apocalyptic America to help find a cure for a zombie outbreak. It stars Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and it's based on the best-selling video game with the same name. Yes, that is the gist of Last of Us, but there is a bit more character-wise to that story, but that is a sum-up of the bare minimum gist for that plot. The Last of Us will premiere on HBO Max on January 15th, and subsequent episodes premiere every Sunday after. Yeah, the premiere is a fucking hour and a half long. It's the length of a movie. But at any rate, there it is, folks. If you're looking forward to this series, you have the changes to characters, you have the changes to events, you have the reducing the violence in the series to only what's considered essential violence, which what the fuck does that even mean? And now you have a showrunner admitting that he's not even a fan of this genre that he's working on. I don't know what more these fans can take. I don't want more. Those who at all have any anticipation for this series on HBO can take. But what are your thoughts down in the comments below? I did talk about at one point on one of my, I think it was Twitch streams, that I might watch this series and much like I did with Rings of Power, do a spoiler-free review and then like a spoiler breakdown the weekend after. We'll see. But if I do, I am not giving HBO any fucking clicks, pretty much. That's all I'm going to say to that effect. You make of it if you will, but I'm not giving HBO any clicks if I decide to review and discuss The Last of Us series. And I will be sure to have the actual story in my head prior to the series so I know how to compare and contrast actual good story versus this shit. Most likely. But we'll see. Again, let me know all that fun stuff down in the comments below. If you're looking forward to the show, are you not looking forward to this show? Did you play the either or Last of Us games? If you did, what did you think of them? Did you like them? Did you not like them? All that stuff. Let me know all that. Please share this video. I am still in Twitter jail for the next 2 days. Then I can finally share my own vids on Twitter. So 2 more days. Any help you can give me if you're on Twitter, I appreciate it, and sharing it on any social media platform is very much appreciated. But like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll be live in about a little less than an hour and a half on Twitch. Might play some Chi Charles, just hang out, chill, do a Twitch stream in the afternoon rather than the evening because I want to relax before I have to get a lot of stuff done tomorrow before my siblings hang out in the afternoon. So take care, everyone. This is Mara Jade. Catch you on the dark side, and Last of Us, DOA.